प्रभु न पाइबे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु हा प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखे हा प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखे पावलोकन करो हमें बड़ो दुखी कृपावलोकन करो हमें बड़ो दुखी श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो सीतापति अद्वैत गोसाई
So, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So we have BDD Swami Archives Ram Prakash Prabhu.
Okay, I've given you permission to record. You can go ahead and record now.
Yeah, so ideally Prabhuji for the upcoming classes, BDD Swami Archives would be the name whom we have to make the host. BDD Swami Archives Ram Prakash. Today it's Ram Prakash Prabhuji.
Okay, you can send it.
Make him the host. You can make him the host. He will start recording, and then you can reclaim host, Prabhuji.
Okay, I can make the host now.
Yes. So we have BDD Swami Archives Ram Prakash Prabhu.
I've given you permission to record. You can go ahead and record now.
Yeah, so ideally Prabhuji for the upcoming classes, BDD Swami Archives would be the name. We have to make the host. BDD Swami Archives Ram Prakash. Today it's Ram Prakash Prabhuji.
Okay, you can send it.
Make him the host. You can make him the host. He will start recording, and then you can. Sharika Prabhu, I think the live streaming sound is coming, so it's like an echo coming.
Make the host now.
Yes. So we have BDD Swami Archives Ram Prakash Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Ram Prakash Prabhuji, you can start recording.
Okay, Mataji.
Yes, and rename Gurudev and then pin.
Now, can I start? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Gurudev.
Can I start now? I should still wait.
Yes, ma'am, just a minute. I will pin you and Prabhuji, then you can give him host and then we can start in 1 minute. Ram Prakash Prabhuji, are you done with the renaming?
Yes, he's typing. He's done. Then.
Okay.
Yes, Maharaj, you can start.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Maharaj, you can go ahead.
Nice start now. We wait.
You can start, Maharaj.
Okay. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihara. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihara. Gopi Janava Girivara. Gopi Janava Girivara. Yashodanandana Janana Yashodanandana Janana Yamunati Yamunati Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihara. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihara. Gopi Janava Girivarada. Gopi Janava Girivarada. Yashodanandana Raja Jananda Yashodanandana Raja Jananda Yamuna Tira Yamuna Tira. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Paramahamsa Vaibhava Astutra Satya Srimad Divine Grace. ISKCON founder Charya Jagat Guru Sri Bhakti Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Om Paramahamsa Vaibhava Astutra Satya Srimad Divine Grace. Prabhupada Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridasa Ki Jai. Friends for History Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Guru Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Ki Jai. Shri Krishna Gopal Gopinan Shama Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Now I do Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Mike Genjis Mike Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Samaveta Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Pramananda. All glories assembled devotees. All glories assembled devotees. All glories assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru. Sri Gauranga. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Shantanu. Namaste Krishna Padaya Prabhupada Shitanu. Sri Gaura Karuna Sakti Bhakti. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottam Devyam Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Utirayat Nashtapraye Shabadre Sunityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnanandjana Salakaya Chakshurulmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Mano Bhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahim Dadati Swapadantikam Bandhyam Sri Gurun Sri Utaparakam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadhuetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakman Vitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopi Sagopika Kanta Radha Kantana Sute Tapta Kanchana Gurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Prisavana Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye One Chokol Pataru Bescha Kripa Sundivyevacha Patitanam Pavanavyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Kantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Damodara Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
So we continue our discussion from Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 1, Chapter 8. Prayers by Kunti and Parikshit said, So we are going to take this chapter. Today we are going to take from 1 to 16. 1 to 16 is about Krishna again saving his devotees. Yesterday, Krishna saved Parikshit Maharaj and Arjun. Krishna saved Arjun from the dilemma he was having. Today, he is going to save Parikshit Maharaj in the womb. So we will look at it from text 1 to 16. And this is the gist of this section. Though Krishna saved Arjun, his devotee and friend, from Ashwatthama's Brahmastra, then he artfully reconciled the Pandavas' family struggle as they tried to settle Ashwatthama's fate. Ashwatthama's jewel. Ashwatthama's jewel is very, very special. Not just jewel, it's very, very special. In the Mahabharata, he himself, he said, this jewel is more valuable than all the wealth of both the Pandavas and the Kauravas. Put the wealth together, is not equal to one jewel Ashwatthama was wearing. So we know he's not just an. If one wears this, one need not be afraid of the enemies, of disease, of hunger, even thirst. No harm will come to you from yakshas, nagas, or thieves. So Ashwatthama said, I will never part with this jewel. So that is the jewel Ashwatthama wears. The Arjun cut it off. It was a big loss for Ashwatthama. He cut off his head. This is a very big loss for Ashwatthama. In fact, Ashwatthama was killed. If you remember in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna told Arjuna, one who has been honored, this honor is worse than death. So what happened to Ashwatthama? He's dead, having killed. Or we should also know that they are also living dead. There are people who are already dead, but they're still moving along. It's a corpse is still moving, but they are actually dead. Or some people are considered to be actually living in hell already. But they're still in physical, but they're already living in hell. Who are those people? They are those who blaspheme devotees. They are those who blaspheme devotees. They are already living in hell. Means what? According to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, nothing can stop them from going to hell. Those who blaspheme devotees. They will surely go to hell. So this is Ashwatthama's state of affairs. He was killed. So the Pandavas are going to be led by Krishna to go and take a bath. After the funeral rites had been performed, Krishna and the grieving members of the Kuru dynasty went to bathe in the Yamuna, while the many sages in the entourage attempted to pacify those who were mourning. Thus, the reciprocating with Krishna. Thus, the Bhagavatam reveals Krishna's sweet exchanges with his devotees. Krishna's sweet exchanges with his devotees. It pervades the whole Bhagavatam. Krishna's sweet dealings with his devotees pervade the whole Bhagavatam. While reciprocating with Krishna, the devotee revealed their minds to him through their prayers, and we are able to witness this. Their devotional service, devotional mentalities expressed through both their lotus-like mouths and their deeds instruct us on how, on our own journey back to Godhead. The dealing between the devotees of Krishna with Krishna demonstrate, show us the path that we also can lead back to God. Later, after a suitable time had passed, Krishna inspired Maharaj Yudhishthira to perform 3 Ashwamedha Yagyas, or sacrifices, to increase his fame and piety. Finally, after seeing Yudhishthira, Maharaj is installed as emperor of the world. Lord Krishna, Satyaki, unconquerable Satyaki, and Uddhava, the counselor, prepared to mount their chariots and leave Hastinapur for Krishna's capital city, Dwaraka. Just as Krishna seated himself on his chariot, however, Uttara, the young pregnant wife of Arjuna's son, Abhinaya, ran to him for shelter. That is the beginning. So now we start from text 1. Start from text 1. You can chant the sloka together. Let us all chant the sloka together. Swanam Want to read the translation?
Yes, Maharaj.
Read.
Sutta Goswami said, thereafter, the Pandavas, designed to deliver water to the dead relatives who had desired it, went to the Ganges with the Lord Krishna. The ladies walked in front. Purport.
Not a translation I want.
Okay, sorry. No.
Did you see if you miss something while you are reading? Do you miss anything when you are reading?
No. I didn't say anything, Maharaj.
Anyone see anything missing while he was reading?
Yes, Maharaj.
Yes, what is that?
He missed Draupadi.
Thank you. Thank you. He's a devotee, so he said Krishna instead of Draupadi. Of course, Draupadi also is called Krishna. So, so yeah. But here, it is Draupadi is mentioned. Thank you for being so Krishna conscious. This is a custom. This is a custom we were talking yesterday. Papa said to date, it is a custom in Hindu society to go to the Ganges or any other sacred river to take bath when death occurs in the family. Each of the family members pours out a pot full of the Ganges water for the departed soul and walks in the procession with the ladies in the front. The Pandavas also followed the rules more than 5,000 years ago. Not only that, Lord Krishna, being a cousin of the Pandavas, was also amongst the family members. Means what? What does that mean? That Krishna also performed what? Pinda. Krishna followed. Sita Mahaprabhu did, Lord Machanda did, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, although did not need anything in this material world. But our Lord Krishna said, yes, there's no duty which is ascribed to me. I have no duty to perform. But just like King Janaka, we do activity just to set the standard, because whatever standard a big man performed or set by exemplary act, the whole world would follow that. And in Kali Yuga especially, people follow people without qualification. Therefore, it is very, very important for devotees to be careful with what you do. As a leader, whatever we do and whatever we do not do is a message, very powerful message. So Krishna also followed to perform the rites. Remember, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu traveled to Gaya Dam. Sri Krishna Kavara Goswami described it in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Vrindavan Das Thakur described it elaborately in Chaitanya Bhagavat. There Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met his Pushpa Master, Ishwara Chandapuri Goswami. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed the rite, engaged all the Brahmanas to chant the mantras, and he was performing that. So Krishna did. Here we also are seeing Lord Krishna following the procession or leading the procession. But the ladies were in the front. The ladies in the front. This is a custom. The ladies in the front, what does it mean? Why the ladies are in the front? Why ladies are kept in the front?
Because they are jewels. They're the
Jewels. Ladies are jewels. So Bride Lakshmi is a jewel. Hare Krishna. Thank you. What else? Why the women are put in the front?
Because women are to be protected.
Thank you. Yes, they have to be protected. When you go to 10 countries, you also see the same thing. That when Krishna introduced the worship of Govardhan, the ladies were also in the front. The ladies were in the front. The men followed behind. Protection. The women, the cows, the children, the Brahman, they were all. The Brahmanas followed, the Sattvias followed behind. The same way in taking prasada, the same way in prasada. All were fed before men. So we can see how our society is backward. What is in the front is the back. What is in the back is in the front. The shoe meant for the feet is on the head. And the cap which is meant for the head is on the feet. That's Kali Yuga. But Srila Prabhupada did not establish Kali Yuga. He said, I am establishing the National Society for Krishna Consciousness to make Brahmanas. To make him Brahman. Text number 2. Someone to read? Someone can read?
Yes, Maharaj.
So read.
Having lamented over them and sufficiently offered Ganges water, they bathed in the Ganges, whose water is sanctified due to being mixed with the dust of the lotus feet of the Lord.
Thank you. Text number 3. They sat the king of the Kurs, Maharaj Yudhishthira, along with his younger brothers and Dhritarashtra, Gandhari, Kunti, and Draupadi, all overwhelmed with grief. Lord Krishna was also there. The Battle of Kurukshetra was fought between family members, and thus all affected persons were also family members like Maharaj Yudhishthira and brothers, Kunti, Draupadi, Subhadra, Dhritarashtra, Gandhari, and our daughters-in-law, etc. All the principal dead bodies were in some way or other related with each other. And therefore the family grief was combined. It's a family affair. Lord Krishna was also one of them as a cousin of the Pandavas and nephew of Kunti, as well as brother of Subhadra, etc. The Lord therefore was equally sympathetic towards all of them, and therefore he began to pacify them repeatedly. See what Krishna is doing? He organized a battle. He wanted it to be done. And it is done. And yet he is playing the part of a human being. He's playing the part of a human being. Following all the rites, all the ritual. Krishna is following that just like a family member. It is not a surprise, expected that Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whatever he does, he will do it perfectly. He will do it completely, complete. He does his things in a very perfect and complete way. So he is equally sympathetic. All the family members get gathered together to sympathize the family members who have left the body during the war. Lord Krishna joined them in bereavement. He's talking very nicely with all of them. Text number 4. Citing the stringent laws of the Almighty and their reactions upon living beings, Lord Sri Krishna and the Munis began to pacify those who were shocked and affected. The stringent laws of nature under the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead cannot be altered by any living entity. Stringent law. Stringent means nobody can do it. Can you mute yourself? Can you do that? Can you do that, Prabhu?
Maharaj, please, can you unmute yourself? I had to mute everyone.
Thank you. Yeah. The stringent laws of material nature. No one can change it. We cannot change it. The living entities are eternally under the subjugation of the Almighty Lord. The Lord makes all the laws and orders, and these laws and orders are generally called dharma or religion. No one can create any religious formula. Bona fide religion is to abide by the orders of the Lord. The Lord's orders are clearly declared in the Bhagavad Gita.
Sorry, Maharaj, for the interruption. I think maybe what I would do is mute everyone and wait for permission from host to be able to unmute themselves.
Srila Prabhupada explained what is dharma. And he said, we cannot find the English equivalent. Dharma in English means religion, but dharma is religion, not just religion. Or we can say, yeah, it is a nature of the soul. Dharma means of the soul, and activity that the soul performs eternally, not sometimes, eternally. Even though it is covered, but it is there. That is dharma. Like, change water from liquidity, or can we change heat from fire? We cannot. If it is fire, it must produce heat and light. If it is water, it will be liquid. Even if it is the water, it is not called water, it is iced. It is called iced. It will not serve the purpose of water because it's something different. If it is water, it must be liquid. So if it is dharma, then it must be the most service occasion. And that is eternal. They are having their own class. Those Infinite Phoenix Note 81, they are having their own class for long. So they're not hearing. Why are they here? You should not be here. You should have your own class.
I think it's Atma Tattva Prabhu and then Vasavan Prabhu. Please kindly take note. But now they cannot unmute themselves, Maharaj. I've already disabled the ability to unmute.
But they are causing distraction because they are having their own class there. Anyway, I forget them. So That is dharma, the intrinsic nature of any object. The sugar may be sweet. That's the intrinsic nature of sugar, sweet. One may have jaundice and the sugar will not be sweet, but the problem is not with sugar. The problem is with the person who is having jaundice. Similarly, we will not perform devotional service, we will not perform devotional, we will perform other activities. Or activity will not give us perfection, will not give us the sweetness which is there in performing devotional service. That is not the problem with Krishna, it's the problem with us. Therefore, everyone should follow him only or his orders, and that will make all happy, both materially and spiritually. As long as we are in the material world, our duty is to follow the orders of the Lord. And if by grace, by the Lord, we are from the clutches of the material world, then in our liberated state also we can render transcendental living service unto the Lord. That is eternal, that is permanent. Cannot give up service. That's the dharma of the soul, service. It may be devotional, but the service must hold. Into human life is specifically meant for qualifying upon ourselves for this spiritual. Then, at once, we become free from material attachment. This clearance of beings of material existence at once takes place in association with the Lord's devotees, who are able to inject the transcendental sound into the depth of the bewildered heart, and thus make one practically liberated from all lamentation and illusion. That is a summary of the pacifying measures for those affected by the reaction of stringent material laws, exhibited in the forms of death, birth, old age, and disease, which are insoluble factors of material existence. The victims of war, namely the family members of the Kurus, were lamenting the problems of death, and the Lord pacified them on the basis of knowledge. Text 5. The clever Dhira and his party cunningly usurped the kingdom of Yudhishthira, who had no enemy. By the grace of the Lord, the recovery was executed, and the unscrupulous kings who joined with the Dhira were killed by him. Others also died, their duration of life having decreased for their rough handling of the head of Queen Draupadi. We have already mentioned the surest way for anyone to go to hell is to blaspheme the devotees. Here we are seeing in text 5. This war was conducted because of the insult given to Draupadi by the Kurus, Kauravas. The Kauravas. Dhritarashtra was thinking, I am blind, therefore I cannot rule, but my son should rule. My son is not blind. What Dhritarashtra did not know is that he is not only physically blind, he is also mentally blind. Along with his son, Dhira. Duryodhana hated devotees and he hated Krishna. That's not a qualification for a noble king. What did we see yesterday? What Draupadi has a good quality that she does not want to put others, extend her misery to others. In fact, she wants to collect others' anxieties. But Duryodhana want to put others in anxiety, along with his father and his group, Karna, Sakuni, crooked people. So Dhritarashtra said, yes, I'm blind. So that was my disqualification from leading. But now that my brother died and my son is not blind, he should rule. So he wanted to cheat on Yudhishthira Maharaj. And Krishna said, no, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. Krishna protect his devotees. You look at the battle of Kurukshetra. Duryodhana had 11. He had 11 Ashwavinis. Yudhishthira Maharaj had only 7. So materially speaking, who should win? Duryodhana should win because he has more strength than Yudhishthira Maharaj. But his strength was physical. Why Yudhishthira Maharaj's strength was spiritual? Because of his devotion for Krishna, like Arjuna. They are Pandavas, noble souls, who never, it is mentioned here, Yudhishthira Maharaj had no enemy. Ajato Satra, Ajata Satru, of one who has no enemy, not the Yudhishthira Maharaj. Making such a person an object of envy is very, very dangerous and risky. This is the position of Duryodhana and his family members. The royal way to hell is to hate devotees. The royal way, unobstructed way to hell is to hate, blaspheme, and criticize devotees, to put devotees in anxiety, in any form of anxiety. So Sukadeva Swami said, Yudhishthira, who had no enemy, was attacked by Duryodhana, and by the grace of the Lord, the recovery was executed. So everything was lost on the part of the Kauravas. Others also died, their duration of life had been decreased for their rough handling of the hair of Queen Draupadi. Those who joined the wrong party died. The inglorious days, in the glorious days, or before the advent of the age of Kali, the Brahmanas, the cows, the women, the children, the old people, the disease were properly given protection. Brahmanas, cows, women, children, old men, sick people. They were all nicely protected. The protection of the Brahmanas maintains the institution of Varna and Ashram, the most scientific culture for attainment to spiritual life. A very, very important point. If you protect Brahmanas, the Kshatriyas protect the Brahmanas. The Brahmanas are going to protect the Kshatriyas. The Kshatriya will protect the Vaishya will protect So the Sudras. And the society will be separate. And people will have chance for spiritual activities. Because the Brahmanas, when Brahmanas are happy, they're going to teach the citizens perfect knowledge. They're going to guide the Brahmanas how to act, how to rule. So the protection of the Brahmanas will maintain the institution of Varna nationals, which is the most scientific culture for attainment of spiritual life. The protection of cows maintains the most miraculous form of food, that is milk, for maintaining the finite tissues of the brain for understanding higher aims of life. Yes, I've seen when Prabhupada spoke about drinking milk for the brain, I didn't realize it until when I started visiting India, and I've seen that the Indians, they have better brains, because they're drinking milk morning and evening. And those who doesn't drink milk, the brain is very, very dull. They may have brain to manufacture atomic weapons, atomic bombs, but they will not have brains to create a master weapon. That is the difference. You may have brain to construct skyscrapers, but you never have the brain to understand the scripture. So this is the importance of maintaining Varna Ashram, which will come from the Brahmanas, the life of the Brahmanas. So if the cows are protected, we're going to have what? Good milk, fresh milk, cow milk, and nutritious food will be produced. To maintain a good brain will understand the scripture. Will understand the scripture, will understand this science of Bhakti. And if you understand the science of Bhakti, we will properly execute that. And proper execution of devotional activity, devotional service, give with perfection in Krishna consciousness. We attain Krishna. So milk is very important, because the milk is important. The cow is very, very, very important. Maintaining cows is very auspicious, very, very auspicious. You drink milk in Jos every day?
Yes, Maharaj.
Very cheap. It's cheap. Very cheap there. Milk is very common there. You have all the cheese, you have yogurt, you have butter, you have varieties of milk products, varieties. So take advantage, nourish your brain so you can understand the Bhagavatam. You can do Krishna consciousness very nicely. So otherwise we spoil our brain for mechanical things. That Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur say we are not born in this material world to become artisans. We are born here to become devotees, to practice Krishna consciousness. You should drink milk, not a tin milk. You should drink fresh milk, fresh one, fresh milk. All those is so-called pig milk, Dano, whatever you call them. They are all contaminated. Drink fresh cow milk, fresh cow milk. And in Lagos Temple, we are selling fresh cow milk. So those who don't have it should come and get from Lagos. So we can send you fresh cow milk. It's very auspicious. So if you maintain Brahmanas, what will happen? Varnasa will be maintained. There will be peace and tranquility in the society, in the community society. There will be peace. When there is peace, the Brahmanas will have the brain to understand the scripture. They will guide the Kshatriya perfectly. And the Kshatriya will also have the strength to protect the city physically. In this way, there will be peace and tranquility. 3, the protection of women maintains the chastity of society, by which we can get a good generation for peace, tranquility, and progress of life. If you protect women, women will be chaste, they will remain chaste. Any environment, any community where you have chaste ladies, there will always be auspiciousness. Always. Inauspiciousness will be driven out automatically. Chastity is glorified, very much glorified, because it's very, very important. It's one chaste lady can close down the whole universe. There's not a doubt. There's no doubt about doubt. Have you forgotten? Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. They were transformed into babies. Mystic power? No, it's chastity. It's not amulets constructed by Vishnu Mitra-Muni. No, it is from chastity. So one who has the power to turn Lord Vishnu into a baby will not have power to close down the whole universe if she wants. She can close down the whole universe in a moment without difficulty. And for chaste ladies to practice Christian consciousness, they can become a pure devotee faster than men. They have the ability to become pure devotee faster than men. While the men are struggling, they are already there at the end. Therefore, women should be protected. We should protect it. Good children will come. Noble children will come. Noble children will come. Prabhupada said that children born in Kali Yuga, they are not human beings. Why? No chastity. And there is no proper combination. No proper combination. Fourth, the protection of children gives the human form of life its best chance to prepare the way of liberty. From such protection of children begins from the very day of begetting a child by the purificatory process of Garbhodan Samskara, the beginning of life. Without Garbhodan Samskara, the child is not a human being. The beginning of Garbhodan Samskara. It is compulsory, especially for devotees. Especially for devotees, because the devotee should know this. Non-devotee doesn't know. The devotees know. The protection of the old men gives them a chance to prepare themselves for better life after death. Today, there is no protection for the old. We dump them at the old age homes. So in Kali Yuga, old age home is increasing. This complete outlook is based on factors leading to successful humanity, as against the civilization of polished cats and dogs. The killing of the above mention innocent creatures is totally forbidden. Because even by insulting them, one loses one's duration of life. If one insults a lady, and especially a chaste lady, automatically there's a reduction in one's life. Best way to reduce our life is to insult women, mistreat women, abuse women. The duration of life is automatically reduced. Automatically. They insulted Draupadi and their life was reduced on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. In the age of Kali, they are not properly protected, and therefore the duration of life of the present generation has shortened considerably. Yes, this is a very, very dangerous thing, very, very dangerous thing. Because the women are not protected, they are also overreacting, and that overreaction also is creating another dangerous problem for everybody, especially the devotees. They want to be equal with men. To be equal with men, it is ignorance, because nothing is equal here. Nothing is equal here. The only thing which is equal, everyone is equal to in this material, the material is death. Apart from death, there's nothing which is equal here. So it is ignorance. If you maintain the chastity, you will not just become equal with men, you remain above the men. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is stated that when the women become unchaste for want of proper protection, they are unwanted children called Varna Sankar. To insult a chaste woman means to bring about disaster in the duration of life. Dushasan, a brother of Dhira, insulted Draupadi, an ideal chaste lady, and therefore the miscreant died on time. These are some of the stringent laws of the Lord mentioned above. Any question? Anyone have any question as I'm speaking? Otherwise, we'll continue. Yes, ask. That's a question to ask. Madhura Lila?
Yes, Maharaj. I was unmuted, sorry. Maharaj, what is the proper meaning of chaste lady?
What is the proper meaning of chaste lady? Means you have never looked the eye of a man in your life. Have you ever looked into a man's eyes? That's what it means by chaste. You never look into the man's eye, you look down. That is justice. That is physical and also in the mind. Also in the mind. You never think of anyone except your husband. That is chastity. Yes. That's all right.
Hare Krishna, I have a question.
Lakshmi.
Lakshmi.
Thank you. The question is, if the universe react for protect the woman, how it is organized, what will be you said when a woman is insulted, immediately the man of his life is reduced. So we know how it is organized by Krishna. Is it the Deva, the demigods who are looking and protect immediately? Or is it Krishna or Mahavishnu, or is it the law of the universe? How to explain the protection?
If anyone, any man who abuses women or a woman cannot go unpunished, must be punished by law. Even if the punishment did not come from the corrupted society which we are in, nature will arrange it. So Prabhupada use the word stringent laws of nature. Nature will arrange. Nature has many ways to arrange. Nature will arrange it through earthquakes, it can arrange it through tornadoes, it can arrange through COVID-19, it can do so many ways, it can arrange. In many ways. That is nature. Nature has a way to do that. That is nature's arrangement. If a woman wants to be chased, if in both ways, how can she be? Yes. Not that we should want to. We should be. Yes. It's not like it's something foreign. It's a natural thing. It's natural thing. We should be chased. If to be chased means that we don't try to compete with men. We should try to remain what we are. By nature, we have a man body. By nature, we have a woman. Whatever body we have, it is a choice we have made. So there's no need for anyone to try to make artificial way to change anything. Just use what we have to perfect our Krishna consciousness. That's intelligence. That is knowledge. That is fortune. So we don't unnecessarily associate with it. Unnecessarily. No unnecessary association. No unnecessary talks. And no unnecessary sharing of energy. Unnecessary sharing of energy. And it's subtle. In the mind, I can attack you. That means you're not chaste. Or I'm not chaste. So all these are unnecessary. It should not be done. That is chastity. Maybe we remain focused on Krishna. And you see the lot of even physical strength you have, then there will be spiritual strength. That if you pray to Krishna, immediately Krishna help immediately. Krishna will take care immediately. Don't you see? Lord Krishna said, I owe Draupadi for eternity. I'm a debtor to Draupadi. The cry she called, the cry she called on me. I don't have the word to pay her back. So Krishna is a debtor, not to Brahma, not to Shiva, or the demigods. So Krishna is a debtor to a woman because of the love. The complete dependence Draupadi had for Krishna. Krishna says she purchased me. I cannot pay her back. Hey, Govinda, it was selflessly manifested from the heart. Says I'm captured by that. I don't have the words to pay. That is chastity, the potency of chastity. They will always be extraordinary power, opulence, victory. They will always show auspiciousness. People will be very happy in an environment where you have just ladies. Everyone will be very peaceful. Nothing inauspicious will exist in that environment. Nothing. Any auspicious thing will be trashed out. Will bounce back. All right. Text 6. Lord Sri Krishna caused three well-formed Ashwamedha Yagyas, horse sacrifices to be conducted by Maharaj Yudhishthira, and thus caused his virtuous fame to be glorified in all directions, like that of Indra, who had performed 100 such sacrifices. See, the life of a devotee. Indra labored to perform this Jagya for 100 times. Maharaj Yudhishthira did it only 3 times and is above what Indra did. Why? Because of his devotee. He's a devotee. He doesn't need to do 100 Indra. Maharaj did 99. And he got what Indra did not get. So in those circumstances, Krishna recommended to Vaibhava we should be devoted. We should be devoted in all circumstances. We should be devoted. This is something like the preface to the performances of Ashwamedha Yagya by Yudhishthira Maharaj. The comparison of Maharaj Yudhishthira to the king of Indra is significant. Why is it significant? The king of heaven is thousands and thousands of times greater than Yudhishthira Maharaj in terms of fame, in position, whatever. Yeah, the fame of Yudhishthira Maharaj is not less. The reason is that Maharaj Yudhishthira was a pure devotee of the Lord. And by his grace only was King Yudhishthira on the level of the king of heaven, even though he performed only 3 Jagyas, whereas the king of heaven performed hundreds. Other people may be in a queue to go and see an important person, but the son of the important personality does not have to be in a queue. He can walk past everybody and go directly to go and see, because of the relationship they have. That's the position of a devotee. Yudhishthira Maharaj walked past Indra. The same way with Kardamamuni. Kardamamuni, after completing his austerity, he got his aerial mansion, and then before they start to procreate, they went on honeymoon. They went to heaven. None of the demigods challenged Kardamamuni. Why? Because he's a devotee. So a devotee is superior to the demigods. The superiority is based on the devotion the devotee have for Krishna. The devotees are spiritually positioned, while the demigods are materially positioned. The position is material. The position of devotee is spiritual, devotional. So devotees have prerogative of getting the lift of Krishna, the demigod cannot get. That is the prerogative of the devotees of the Lord. The Lord is equal to everyone, but the devotee of the Lord is more glorified because he is always in touch with all great. The sun rays are equally distributed, but still there are some places which are always dark. Which places are dark in the universe? Which places are dark in the universe? The sun is always everywhere, but which place is dark in the universe? Did you get my question? Which places or place is dark in the universe?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Those are the places that are covered from sun rays. Then they remain dark. Places that are covered from the sun rays, they remain dark. I can't see it again.
Hare Krishna, Shalika Prabhu, actually Gurudev has gotten muted. Can we ask him to unmute? If you want, you can make me the host. I'll take care of the technical part, Prabhuji.
I've already asked him to, but I can give you the host, no problem.
All right, thank you. Yes, thank you, Saki Brinda. She said, hellish planets are dark. Very good. Where else are dark?
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Okay.
I think places that are covered from sun rays, they remain dark.
Any other place? Any other place which are dark? Hellish planets, dark. Good. What? Where else? Would you like me?
It's just a speculation, but when we close our eyes, it's dark inside also.
Huh?
Inside us, but physically it's dark. Without Krishna, it's dark.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Where else is dark? Where else is dark? Don't mention. But still, there are some places which are always dark. Which are those places?
Impure place.
Hellish planets are dark. Where else?
A karmic place.
All right. Hellish planets are dark. The question is, inside the water is also dark. The sun doesn't go inside the water, so it's dark. Water, Varuna abode is dark. It's a need for sun. And also the holy planets are dark. The forests are dark. Both day and night, the forest is dark. Yes, now Brenda.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Yes.
The ignorance is always dark.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Ignorance is that. Ignorance is a place.
No, Maharaj.
Yeah, we're looking at places. We're looking at places. Kelly's planet, inside the water, the forest, these places are dark. Where else? Now, Brenda, you want to add?
Yes, Hare Krishna Gurudev. Places where illicit things are happening, like intoxication, meat eating, these places are job.
Okay, the holes are black also from Madura. Thank you. So these places are dark. It is not the sun of the, it is not the problem of the sun. It is the problem with us. This is not due to the sun, but to the receptive power. Similarly, those who are 100% devotees of the Lord get the full-fledged mercy of the Lord, which is always equally distributed everywhere. So the mercy of the Lord is always available. It's all available, always available. But not all of us are getting the mercy of the Lord because of our receptivity. We are not acting properly. Okay, Jyotish will say ignorance. So that means we are in ignorance. Those of us who are in ignorance will not see the light of Krishna. Will not get the mercy of Krishna. Yes. Therefore, it is very important for us to come out of ignorance so that we can see the light of Krishna. How do we come out of ignorance? How will we come out of ignorance? How do we get out of ignorance? Put on the lights. How do we get out of the dark room? Put on the lights. Put on the light. A dark room, what to do? The room is dark, what to do? Put on the light. Darkness will disappear. So what is the darkness in our consciousness? How do we put it off? Get knowledge. Get knowledge. The darkness of ignorance will disappear. Yes, taking shelter of a guru is to hear the guru. Then you will destroy the ignorance. That is how ignorance gets destroyed. To hear. When the self-realized soul, then the ignorance will be destroyed. So yes, Lord Sri Krishna then prepared for his departure. He invited the sons of Pandu after having been worshipped by the Brahmanas, headed by Vyasadeva. The Lord also reciprocated greetings. So now everything is done. Krishna is mounting his chariot to return to Dwarka. Apparently, Lord Sri Krishna was a Kshatriya and was not worshipable by the Brahmanas. But the Brahmanas present there, headed by Vyasadeva, all knew him to be the personality of God, and therefore they worshipped him. This is the difference. This is the difference. Lord Krishna said the message to the Brahmanas Lord Krishna sent the cowherd boy to go and meet the Brahmanas to ask them for food. And Krishna said, don't mention my name because I am not a Brahmana. At least you can mention Balaram's name. Even the name of Balaram and Krishna was mentioned. The Brahmana did not respond. But here, Prabhupada said, here we can see that Vyasadeva was not in ignorance because he's a devotee. Therefore, although Krishna is the son of Vasudeva Kshatriya and Nanda Maharaj, a Vaishya, Vyasadeva, who is a Brahmana, worshipped Lord Krishna without doubt, without a second thought. He worshipped Lord Krishna. And other sages who are on the same level with him as devotee, they worship Lord Krishna. They did not consider Krishna to be ordinary person. The Brahmanas, the so-called Jagya Brahmanas, did not worship Lord Krishna. They didn't chant the name of Krishna. This is the real difference. So it is important to be a devotee, to remain it. The Lord reciprocated the greetings just to follow the social order, that a Kshatriya is obedient to the orders of the Brahmins. Although Lord Sri Krishna was always offered the respect due to the Supreme Lord from all responsible quarters, the Lord never deviated from the customary usages between the four orders of society. The Lord purposely observed all these social customs so that others would follow him in the future. That is Lord Krishna's intention. He is a universal teacher. Krishna is a universal teacher. He's teaching by example. You know, Rupa Goswami mentioned in Nectar of Devotion. Even though you are a pure devotee, a Mahabhagavad, even if you're an incarnation of Krishna, but as far as you are acting as a teacher, as a representative of Krishna in the material world here, it is very, very important for us to observe the ordinary laws of the state. We should observe the laws. Don't break traffic light because you are Mahabhagavad, you are going to deliver the whole world. Don't break traffic law. I'm going to deliver the whole world. What the hell was this traffic disturbing my service? You drive through, you are breaking the law, and your preaching would never have any value. Nobody will listen to you. So we should respect the order. And Lord Krishna is doing the same thing. Just to teach us what we should do. Hare Krishna, I think we should take a break. Let us take a break. 10 minutes. I'll see you back after 10 minutes. Take a break. Just take a real break. Get out from where you are and drink water, take prasadam, take some juice. Saki Brother was cooking. Go and take some prasadam you have cooked, or go and offer it and take some. Then see you back in after 10 minutes. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
मौसम पीता प्रभु न पाए देखा श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु आहा प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखे आहा प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखे कृपा बलोकन करो हमें बारो दुखी कृपा बलोकन करो हमें बारो दुखी श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो सीतापति अद्वैत गोसाई तव कृपा बोले पाए चैतन्य निताय तव कृपा बोले पाए चैतन्य निताय आहा स्वरूप सनातन रूप रघुनाथ आहा स्वरूप सनातन रूप रघुनाथ भट्ट जुगा श्री जीव प्रभु लोकनाथ भट्ट जुगा श्री जीव प्रभु लोकनाथ श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवास दया करो श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवास रामचंद्र गामगे नरोत्तम रामचंद्र संगमगे नरोत्तम श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसार श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे पतित पावना तब अवतार पतित पावना तब अवतार मौसम पतित प्रभु न पाइबे मौसम पीता प्रभु न पाइबे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु हा प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखे हा प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखे कृपा अवलोकन करो हमें बारों कृपा अवलोकन करो हमें बारों श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो सीतापति अद्वैत गोसाई तव कृपा बोले बहाय चैतन्य नित्याय तव कृपा बोले बहाय चैतन्य नित्याय आहा स्वरूप सनातन रूप रघुना आहा स्वरूप सनातन रूप रघुना भट्ट जुगा श्री जीव प्रभु लोकना भट्ट जुगा श्री जीव प्रभु लोकना श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवास दया करो श्रीनिवास चंद्र दामगे नरोत्तम रामचंद्र संगामगे नरोत्तम श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसार श्री कृष्ण
Hare Krishna Maharaj, you're welcome.
Thank you. All right, so we continue from text 8. Vantum Kripamatiri Brahman Dwarakam Pratam Ashtita Upalebhe Dhavantim Uttaram Vayavivalam. As soon as he seated himself on the chariot to start for Dwarka, he saw Uttara hurrying towards him in fear. Text 9. Uttara Uvacha Pahi Pahi Maha Yogin Deva Deva Jagatpati Nanyam Tvat Bayam Pasye Jatram Mrityu Parasparam. Uttara said, O Lord of Lords, Lord of the universe, you are the greatest of mystics. Please protect me, for there is no one else who can save me from the torches of death in the world of duality. In the world of duality. What do we learn from here? This text 9. What do we learn from here? What the lesson we get from text number 9?
We can raise a hand if you want to speak, then I can unmute you. Anyone wants to speak can raise his hand up, and then I'll. Okay, Dhira.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. This means that we should pray to Krishna and completely surrender unto him and our Guru also.
Very good. We should completely surrender, take shelter of Guru and Krishna. Very good. And Radhakun also. Radhakun said the same thing. We have to take shelter. Okay, this is Saki Brenda. We have to take shelter of Gurus, the powerhouse. And Radhakun the same. So we should take full shelter of Krishna. Yes, Chaitanya Prema. Thank you all of you.
Krishna Maharaj. That's exactly what I wanted to say, that whenever we face difficulties, we should take shelter of Krishna because it's the only reliable shelter.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you all of you. Here, Uttara have seen, Yudhishthira Maharaj is there, who is a powerful Kshatriya. Okay, now Brenda, Krishna is our shelter, yeah? His powerful Kshatriya is there. Arjuna, the mighty Arjuna is there. Vyasadeva, the powerful mystic is also there. So many great personalities are all there. Uttara ran to Lord Krishna. She said, yeah, for there is no one else except you who can save me. No one else can save except Krishna. Even if a demigod gives us something, that thing is coming from Krishna, not from the independent, from the demigod. They are not independent. All are dependent. Only Krishna is supremely independent. Supremely independent. So she said, Pahi, protect me. Mahayogin, oh, greatest of the mystics, supreme mystics. Deva, the Lord of the Jagatpati, you are the Lord of the universe. This is the qualification. These are the qualifications Uttara have seen in Krishna that is surrendering to. She's not foolishly acting. She's acting with intelligence, with knowledge. She has perfect knowledge to surrender to Krishna and beg Krishna for shelter. Other than you, what? I see no one who can give fearlessness. Only Krishna can give one fearlessness. I don't see anyone who can make one fearless. Only Krishna can do that. That is mutual. That is mutual. In the sense that one person causes another's death, and someone else causes his birth. Death. Yes. A powerful, what do we see? A lion killed Prasenna. Jamavan killed the lion. And then Krishna, the Supreme, came to defeat Jamavan. This is how thing goes. So Uttara has is very intelligent. Jagatpati, Deva, Mahayogin. You only can give me fearlessness. So she perfectly surrender herself to Krishna for shelter. So we should learn this. We should learn this from Uttara.
Yes, Maharaj.
Yes.
That is, I think Krishna was personally present there, but taking shelter of Krishna also means taking shelter of the pure devotees, taking shelter of the spiritual injunctions, taking shelter of anything related to Krishna.
Holy name, yes.
The holy name,
yes.
Everything related to Krishna.
Yes. That's for pure devotees. Take shelter of all these personalities who are themselves. Krishna can empower one soul, just one soul, to cover the whole world with whatever Krishna wants to do. Just a fraction, he covered the whole world with his energy. So the same way he can do that, he can empower one pure devotee to, like he did Prabhupada, one pure devotee covered the whole universe. But Krishna consciousness. So Krishna can do that. Yes, he has come directly to Krishna. I don't see anyone else who can make me fearless. It's only you can give fearlessness. Therefore, protect me. All right. Text 10. Abhidravatimam isa saratapta yasho vibu kamam datumam nata mame garbo nipatatam. Oh my Lord, you are all powerful. A fiery iron arrow is coming towards me fast. My Lord, let it burn me personally, if you so desire. But please do not let it burn my head. Burn and abort my embryo. Please do me this favor, my Lord. A powerful lesson. What's the lesson here? What do we learn from Uttara? What do we learn from Uttara here?
Please raise your hand if you want to speak. Never. Okay.
The lesson that we learn here is selflessness.
Okay, selfless. Very good. She's selfless. Very good. Thank you. What else do we learn from here? Uttara says, my Lord. Okay, Pragati, aligning our will with Lord's will. Okay. What else? Nidhi?
Hare Krishna, Gurudev.
Hare Krishna.
Like, yeah, Uttara is like a selfless mother. She's asking Lord to protect her child. Instead, if selflessly, she's asking help to protect her child.
Very good. Yeah, thank you. That's nice. Thank all of you for a nice contribution. Yes. What Uttara did here is very, very powerful. Someone can say, oh, Uttara is calling the Lord with full. Yeah, okay. Oh, Sarana, very good. Thank you. Uttara is praying. When something happened to us, what do? We are very, very selfish. We pray, oh, Krishna protect me. So Krishna is asking, oh, because I wasn't not here, that is why you need protection. Uttara said, no, I'm not praying for myself. I'm not praying for myself. I don't care for myself. I'm praying, not because my husband is not here, not because of myself. I'm praying for my child, the child in the womb. It's a devotee. Our duty is to protect devotees. To protect devotees to be protected. Like Krishna protect devotees. So I am not praying for me. If you like me to be killed, that is all right. I don't care. But just do me this favor: my child should not be killed. So this text 10, this chapter 8, chapter 1, this text 10. You can connect it with third Canto, chapter 3, text 17. Canto 3, chapter 3, text 17. Uttarayam drita puro vamsa satvatiman yuna savaido dronyastra samprusta punara bhagavata tritan. The embryos of Puru descendant, begotten by the great hero Abhimanyu, in the womb of Uttara, his wife, was burnt by the weapon of the son of Drona, but later he was again protected by the Lord. You see what Krishna did? The Brahmastra actually burnt Parikshit Maharaj's body. So Krishna gave him another body. Krishna gave him another body. Demigod would have done that. Any demigod would have done that. Demigod, would they have done that? No. We mentioned before that Uttara is very intelligent. That she went for Krishna. Although there are so many other personalities there, she went for Krishna. Yes. His body was burnt. Yeah. The embryo of Puru's descendant, begotten by the great hero Abhimanyu, in the womb of Uttara, his wife, was burnt by the weapon of the son of Drona. But later, he was again protected by the Lord. So Krishna gave him another body. So the body, Maharaparasi, came out what? Vishnurata. It's another name for Parikshita. Parikshita. One who wants to see that person who protected me in the womb. I want to see him when he came out. He was looking around everybody. Who is that person I saw in the womb? He can identify that. So he was given that name Parikshit. We want to see Lord Krishna. We want to see Krishna. He is after Krishna. He's examining everybody to find out the person who is one without a second. That's Krishna. This is Krishna duty. The embryonic body of Parikshit, which was in the formation after Uttara's pregnancy by Abhimanyu, the great hero, was burnt by the Brahmastra of Ashwatthama. But the second body was given by the Lord within the womb, and those the descendant of Puru were saved. So you're not intelligent? You can also find the same thing in First Canto chapter 12. I'll not reach there. You reach it. First Canto chapter 12, text 9. The same thing. First Canto chapter 12, text 9. Well, these two verses are connected with this text 10. Parikshit in the womb. 1:12:9. 1:12:9. Shriman Dirga Chaturu Bahum Tapta Kanchana Kundalam Chatajaksham Katapanim Atmana Saravatu Disam Pari Brahman Tam Utkadam Brahmya Brahmayantam Gadam Muhu. The Lord was enriched with the 4 hands, earrings of molten gold, and eyes blood red were true. As he loitered about, his cloak constantly encircled him like a shooting star. Yes. Where did Krishna came from? To protect Maharaj Parikshit.
From the halo of the universe.
From
the halo, according to the power purpose.
Okay. Krishna came from the halo of the universe. Krishna has to come from anywhere, enters into the halo of the universe. It is said in the Brahma Samhita that the Supreme Lord Govinda, by his one splendid portion, enters into the halo of the universe and distributed himself as Paramatma. So Krishna came from the halo of the universe to protect Maharaj Parikshit. Krishna came from there.
Krishna is within and without.
Krishna is there. He didn't come from anywhere. He's right there in the womb. Krishna is right there. He's sitting, he's physically sitting there on a chariot and also there in the womb of Uttara. And right there also in the heart of the Parikshit Maharaj. Yes, he's there with the Parikshit Maharaj. He's there in Parikshit Maharaj's mother's womb. He also sitting outside there, right there, doing all the miracles. So this will give us confidence. This will give us confidence. Lord Krishna, the Rupa Goswami in Vidagda Madhava said, Lord Krishna is so kind to his devotee that even if a devotee is born in the jungle. The devotee is inside the water. Whatever the devotee is, Krishna will go there to give protection to his devotee. Krishna will go there to give protection to the devotee. And also, this is a devotional. Now, if you want to come out to mystical aspects, if you want to come out to the mystical aspect, what should we understand from here? If you want to look at it mystically, this verse, if you want to look at this verse mystically, what do you learn from here? What will you get from here, mystically? You hear my question?
Please indicate by raising hand, please.
Huh?
I'm asking devotees, who anyone wants to speak and raise his hand.
Okay. What do you learn from here? Mystically. Or whatever you have in mind. We have mentioned the spiritual aspect, the devotional aspect. Mystically, what do we do? What do we learn from here? Yes, now Brinda and Chaitanya Prema. Now Brinda.
I don't. Maybe it's his club constantly encircle him like a shooting star. It's quite mystical.
All right. Good.
As the Yogeshwara, I would say, as Yogeshwara, Krishna as Yogeshwara, he can manifest anywhere, anytime, become smaller than the smallest, bigger than the biggest, and he can do anything at will.
All right.
So he can decide to be there instantly.
Right. Very good. So all pregnant women should use to chant this mantra. All pregnant women should chant this mantra. Text 10 and 11. Should chant this mantra. Krishna should protect your embryo, should protect your child. The devotee is there. Text 10 and 11. All pregnant women should be chanting these prayers. So you are sure, you are guaranteed, nothing will happen to a baby. A baby is going to come out as perfect as it should be. Is it not? After having been shamed and driven from the Pandava camp, had revenge and released 2 more Brahmastras. This time, he had targeted the 5 Pandavas as well as the youngest member of their dynasty, the future Pandava emperor, still lying unborn on Uttara's womb. Ashwatthama has done what? He had thrown 2 Brahmastra weapons, one to the Pandavas and one to Parishit Maharaj in the womb. This is revenge. So naturally, one will, if you are thinking, one will feel Ashwatthama has already been, his jewels have been already cut off, and his power also have been dealt with. So how did he still get the power to throw this weapon? You get my question? How does he get the power to do this? He had been already disorganized and disfigured and everything taken away from him. How does he get power to do this? How? Cause lost desire. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. What else? Yes, Madhvanto.
Because you can still chant the mantra. He did it by mantra, by power of mantra. So you can launch the Brahmastra.
Thank you. Yes, although this has happened to Ashwatthama. He had lost both his power and his effulgence. Neither his knowledge nor his memory were affected. Ashwatthama did not lose his intelligence, his knowledge of chanting the mantra. That was still there. Therefore, he could still take shelter and do what he has just done now. All right? Text 11. Sutta uvacha upadarya vacha tasya Bhagavan Bhakta Vatsala Apandavan idam kartum drone astram abhudyata. Sutta Goswami said, having patiently heard a word, Lord Sri Krishna, who is always very affectionate to his devotees, Bhagwan Bhakta Vatsala, could at once understand that Ashwatthama, the son of Dronacharya, had thrown the Brahmastra to finish the last life in the Pandava family. That was not a problem for the Krishna. So Ashwatthama's, what is his desire? His desire is to get rid of the Pandava world, want to finish the whole world of the Pandavas. That's his intention. Close this chapter. Because the whole thing is being done because of the Pandavas. Krishna destroy all these people because of the Pandavas. So Ashwatthama want to finish all of them so that they are all finished also. Now Krishna understood this. The Lord is impartial in every respect, but still he is inclined towards his devotees because there is a great necessity of this for everyone's well-being. The Pandava family was a family of devotees, and therefore the Lord wanted them to rule the world. That was the reason he vanquished the rule of the company of Dhira and established the rule of Maharaj Yudhishthira. This is a problem. Ashwatthama wanted to get rid of all. Therefore, he also wanted to protect Maharaj Parikshit, who was lying in embryo. He did not like the idea that the world should be without the Pandavas, the ideal family of devotees. If the devotees are up to this material world, in the third canto, you will hear from Maitreya Muni. Maitreya Muni said, this material world is so ugly, very ugly and dirty, but it is beautiful because of the presence of the devotees. So can you imagine if this world today has no devotees, have no Krishna consciousness, and Prabhupada did not come, no devotees? Can you imagine what will be happening by now? Can we imagine what will be happening now if we remove Hare Krishna movement from this world today? Nobody will have mouth to say anything, nothing. It will be too much that we can't say it. We just look with amazement. So devotees, the Pandavas, the family of devotees, will be in the material gutter. Thank you, Nigeria. Yes. Don't you see that apart from Krishna consciousness, billions of people are already inside? Billions of people already there. And Papa is trying to save us from being in the material gutter. Yes. Text 12. Taryaivatta muni shrestha pandava panchasayakan admano vimukkan diptan Alaksha Stani Padadu Padadu. Oh, famous among the great thinkers, Munis, Sonaka, seeing the great Brahmastra proceeding towards them, the Pandavas took up their 5 respective weapons, but before they could take up their weapons, Krishna already intercepted everything. That is Krishna's posture. But Lord Krishna said, "What? I am the swift deliverer of my devotees." Swift deliverer of my devotees. Before the Pandava could take up their weapon, Krishna already came in. He came in. And this something. The Brahmastras are finer than the nuclear weapons. Ashwatthama discharged the Brahmastra simply to kill the Pandavas, namely the 5 brothers headed by Maharaj Yudhishthira and their only grandson, who were lying within the womb of Uttara. Therefore, the Brahmastra, more effective and finer than atomic weapons, was not as blind as atomic bombs. When the atomic bombs are discharged, they do not discriminate between the target and others. Mainly, the atomic bombs do harm to the innocent because there is no control. The Brahmastra is not like that. It marks out the target and proceed accordingly without harming the innocent. That is the difference. Text 13. The Almighty Personality of God, Sri Krishna, having observed that the great danger was befalling his unalloyed devotees, who were fully surrendered souls, at once took up the Sudarshan disc to protect them. At once, Krishna took up the Sudarshan disc to protect them. When the Lord saw that there was no time for the Pandavas to counteract the Brahmastra of Ashwatthama, he took up his weapon even at the risk of breaking his own vow. This Krishna did. Although the battle of Kurukshetra was almost finished, still, according to his vow, he should not have taken up his own weapon. But the emergency was more important than the vow. Emergency is more important than the vow. He is better known as the Bhakta Vatsala, or the lover of a devotee. And thus, Krishna preferred to continue as Bhakta Vatsala than to be a worldly moralist who never break his solemn vow. You see the difference? And Krishna told you this, Maharaj, tell a lie. Oh, tell a lie? Me? But Krishna can break his vow to protect his devotees. Krishna can do anything to protect his devotees. Ordinary person who is just attached to rules and regulations will have difficulty. We have difficulty. But a devotee is different. A devotee consider, yesterday we mentioned, we have to look at the end result. What is the end result? To maintain our so-called vow and let the destruction take place, or to break the vow to maintain law and order and protect devotees? Which one is better? Yes. This is Krishna's nature. Krishna broke his law, his own vow, because it has to do with his devotees. Yes, to protect devotees. More important than the vow he took. After all, Krishna is not dependent on anything. So for him to protect his, he can do anything. That is Krishna's nature. And he should do that, because the devotees who have completely dedicated their life to him, It's his responsibility to protect his devotees. So Krishna is doing that. As Krishna was protecting the 5 Pandavas, he who is a super soul in the heart of everyone simultaneously used his personal energy to cover Uttara's embryo and shield the King Pandu's unborn descendant. The helpless child was conscious in the womb, and he felt burning heat of the Brahmastra. Then he saw his protector. Someone had come to save him. He observed the Lord as what? What is the size of a tomb? Only the size of it. This is Krishna. What is how he showed himself to worship in the womb. "14. The Lord of Supreme Mysticism, Sri Krishna, resides within everyone's heart as the Paramatma. As such, just to protect the progeny, include body. Completely. So it was fully protected. 15. O Sonaka, although the supreme Brahmastra weapon released by Aswatthama was irresistible and without check or counteraction, it was neutralized and foiled when confronted by the strength of Vishnu, but Krishna. Nothing can stop the Brahmastra. Superior to Brahmastra is the Sudarshan Chakra of Krishna. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that the Brahmajyoti, or the glowing transcendental effulgence, is resting on Lord Sri Krishna. In other words, a glowing effulgence known as Brahma Tejas is nothing but the rays of the Lord, just as the sun rays are rays of the sun disk. So in this Brahma weapon, also, although materially irresistible, could not surpass the supreme strength of the Lord. The weapon called Brahmastra, released by Swatthama, was neutralized and foiled by Lord Sri Krishna by his own energy. That is to say, he did not wait for any other's help because he is absolute. So Krishna is absolute. He didn't wait for anyone to come in. Oh, Brahmanas, do not think this to be especially wonderful in activities of the mysterious and infallible personality of God. By his own transcendental energy, he maintains and annihilates all material things, although he himself is unborn. The activities of the Lord are always inconceivable to the tiny brain, the living entities. Nothing is impossible for the Supreme Lord, but all his actions are wonderful for us. And thus, he is always beyond the range of our inconceivable limits. The Lord is the all-powerful, all-perfect personality of God. The Lord is 100% perfect, whereas others, namely Narayana, Brahma, Shiva, the demigods, and all other living beings, possess only different percentages of such perfection. No one is equal to or greater than him. He is unrivaled. That is Krishna's position. The question? comments? Any question? Yes. It's Madhvan.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
I think this text demonstrated how swift Krishna can take action. Just like he said, even though he's fixed in his abode, he's swifter than all that are running. So it's just a demonstration, because the Brahmastra, the speed it is coming, before the Pandavas could bring out their weapons and all that. And then the process is taking place inside a womb, inside the embryo. So it's only Krishna that can be so fast enough and who has the energy to counteract Brahmastra. Hare Krishna Maharaj.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Any other comment or question from you? Chaitanya Prema Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. So we can take a break for today. We'll see you next week.
Thank you very much, Maharaj.
All right. Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
So Dhira Damodara Maharaj ki jai. Good. We are very fortunate to have you. Seriously appreciate your sacrifice and your in-depth, revelation and share. We try to be consistent and take advantage of whatever he has said. So thank you very much. We are very grateful. So let's chant one powerful Hare Krishna for Maharaj. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Solnath Bhakti Damodara Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you very much, Maharaj. Thank you to all the devotees. Thank you very much for your association.
दया करो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
Next Saturday, Haribo.
दया करो तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे पतित पावन